So we're gonna do Spin the Legend again. Obviously, if no one saw the previous video, I would definitely go check it out. I think we need to come up with like I don't know, some kind of name for the series maybe. Would you say that since I was loser of the last, I get to choose the legend out of the two spins?
You can.
That would be very
We'll
gracious.
do it like that, yeah.
That'd be very gracious of you since I completely sucked it up. Yeah, we'll let her rip.
That's it. Look at this beautiful wheel.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not bad, dude.
Yeah. Opus 12 Locke. We will remove Opus 12 Locke and we will do our second spin here. Oh, 16? Opus 16? Ooh, Opus 16 Meia. That's the one that we've been... Yeah.
That's what I want to win.
Yeah. I honestly have been thinking lately that I want to try and determine more of an identity of who I am as a player. I feel like I just play anything and everything. I was thinking about trying to just choose a color and roll with it. I think though the strategy here, if I'm gonna win this one, I honestly think the strat might be to give you something that you're very uncomfortable with, which would be Locke.
Yep.
Because you would definitely feel right more at home with Meia. So, but the problem is, out of these two, I feel like Locke is the more impactful one. This might bite me in the ass, but I kind of feel like I want Locke just because it does make me feel more at home.
That sounds good to me. If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I'll give you Meia. And who knows, I might be making the pick next time because I fucking suck it up with Locke this go around too.
That's pretty good picks. I mean, I wouldn't even thought of those. I mean, there's a lot of legends I wouldn't even thought of, but
We would always want to go first here.
Yeah, and first doesn't draw two cards, by the way.
No, it does not. I think we'll ditch 3 for Une and pass.
Oh shit. That being said, I believe we just passed there.
Okay. For Uke, turn over until you find a wind or an earth. And we'll pass there.
I believe we just passed there.
For North.
Should have tagged the word. I don't even know why I didn't do that. Dumb move, guys. Question.
Yeah.
Una cannot become 0, but this says without paying its cost. Does that override this?
So yeah, you're not casting it with that.
It's just,
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, be like playing it.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we're going to ditch 2 for Emperor. And then pass turn.
Character upon control cannot use special or action abilities. Well,
that was where we wanted to go.
good thing I'm casting summons.
Yep.
That sucks. I believe we just what do we do, KG? We can't use action abilities? I mean, that is what I gotta do, but I can't do that. That's a pretty hefty price for this point. I say we just pass turn.
Oh, man.
That fucking sucks. Titan, where are you, buddy?
That's so awesome.
We're going to cast Shiva
Mm-hmm.
to Dull and Freeze Orin
Yeah.
and draw a card.
Yeah.
And that will remove. So it's mandatory. So it has to play it onto the field Dull. And I think we just pass there.
Okay. Tap. Ditch 1. Ditch 2. Yeah. Remora. Choose one forward.
Yep.
Draw one card. Then until the end of the turn, it loses 2,000 power for each card in my hand.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then combat. Pass turn.
Quintiana.
Mm-hmm.
And we will Shiva on the Ica.
Keep it frozen.
And then she gets removed. Play Dull.
Damn, I think I only got 2 Sanctuary Keepers too. That sucks. I even put Sanctuary Keeper in here just to reactivate that.
Mm-hmm.
And Une. Radio.
What off-color summons do you run?
Maybe that one.
Is there a Shinryu and a Medine in there?
Nah, I ain't get that fancy.
Is there a Chaos and an Arc in there?
You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'll show you what it is. It's a Phoenix.
Okay.
For that. To just recycle stuff. But
Okay. Start stealing some stuff.
yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go with. And then a summoner. Can you search for radio itself?
Yeah. Let's drop summoner.
Should I do that? I don't know. Sorry, guys. Doesn't make any. I need to get my backup set. I'll just do that for now. Say we enter combat.
Yep.
Swing on. And say go.
Still have to pay. Can we cast using any CP?
Yes.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, she doesn't get her effect though, right? Because of Gitiana.
So that's what I was getting ready to look up.
I don't think it does because you doling her is the cost.
So if I control Twintania and my opponent controls Gentiana, when my active Twintania becomes dull, will it gain a counter? Yes, it does gain a counter.
All of the opponents.
At the end of the turn, if you don't pay 1, break it.
Okay, so I gotta pay 1 for each.
Yeah, unless they're dull.
At the end of your turn?
At the end of your turn.
Unless they're dull.
Yeah. And we will enter and swing with Gentiana.
Okay. So 3. I'm gonna choose Gitiana.
Sure.
Choose 1 card, draw it. Or choose 1 forward, draw 1 card, then till the end of the turn, it loses 2,000 for each. That's
Okay.
4.
Then we'll pass turn.
Okay. Draw 2. And I think we dull 3 active summoners.
Sure.
Cast Leviathan.
Yep.
Choose 1 for your opponent controls. Return to the hand.
Sure.
And then choose 1 water forward in your break zone. Add it to my hand. I think we just got a combat.
Sure.
And swing Orin. And pass turn.
That's Chocobo.
Yep.
Top 3. We will add a character for Vayne. And then we'll tap 1 for Shiva.
Yeah. Niku or
Has to be on.
Oh yeah, it has to be on. And then you flicker rain, I guess, or does it?
Yeah, I mean it flickers, he goes dull. Yeah, and then pass turn. Does not stop it.
It does not stop it, really?
I guess because an ability is put on the stack as soon as the cost is paid.
That's weird. I can see it both ways though.
Yeah.
Remove 2. 1, 2. Une. When Une enters field, choose up to 140 upon controls, and up to 1 back upon controls. Une and Rain. Return them to owner's hand. Then we'll enter combat and swing Iku. And pass turn.
Play Botanist. When Botanist enters the field, you may remove 1 backup without multiplayable from the game. And you do so, play a backup.
Nice.
Yeah, it finally worked.
Nice. I was like, that's why I returned Une, because I was like, dude, you're gonna have to pay that much.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I think we just tap 1 for the Shiva. Dull and freeze horn. Pass turn.
Draw 2. Just enter combat. Swing Iku. Swing Une. The one good thing about all these high costs, they're all EX.
Yeah.
Like the Titans, the Remora, the Leviathan.
We will tap 3, ditch 1. Cecil. Cecil's then gonna play Lulu. Lulu's gonna add back Alexander. And then we'll cast Alexander to break a forward of 5 or more. And then Une will flicker Lulu to add back Alexander again.
Yeah.
And pass turn, because that's all we can do.
Alrighty. Well, since we have a summon deck and I've got a handful of summons, let's go. So we got some summoners out now. The cost, it's actually reduced because of Braska, but oh well. The cost required to cast my summons is reduced by 1 for each job summoner forward I control. So 2, then water summons reduced by 1.
You can tap her to make it reduced by 3.
Yeah.
So you can cast 7 drops for 1.
Yeah, or for free with the bullet 3. Well, since Meia can't attack or block, I'm a dull Meia. Cast a summon. Paying the 1 because reduced by 3. Then, so choose 1 forward, put it at the bottom of its owner's deck. Then you may play 1 forward of cost 2 or less from your hand. I don't have that, but I will choose Cecil and put it at the bottom of the owner's deck, and then I will pay the extra cost for targeting. Then I believe we just go to combat and swing one and swing one. Not bad.
If you play Final Fantasy TCG, there's a very good chance that you've purchased cards from Nerd Labs already. Nerd Labs has nearly 2,000 completed sales in just over the last 11 months or so, with overwhelmingly positive feedback. We're on TCG Player, but just as a little hint, if you follow the link in the description, there's no price floor when prices are updated on a daily basis. Always happy to support the stack. Let's get back to the video.
Oh, you want to cut this? I'll let you cut it. for your ultimate doom. Put all my summoner backups there, so I get those lined up.
I'll choose to go first again.
Okay.
Botanist and Lulu for Norsh. Go find the Uke, and then you'll pass turn.
All right. We'll say go after you get done.
None of that feels very good.
Bad hand.
It's just not
jumbled up.
Yeah, it's just not what we want, I guess.
Pass turn.
Yeah.
All right. I believe we pass turn to that.
I think we'll tap 1, ditch 2 for Cecil.
Mm-hmm.
Cecil to play Sid.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing's reduced by 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then
You cast 1, 2, 3.
no, just 2
Oh.
because he's played.
Mm.
You have 5 in hand.
I do have 5 in hand.
Do we hit the Remora? Is the question.
Go ahead. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll swing.
All right.
It's not.
Nah, you got a
Faster.
good one. Damn. Mind Flare.
Top card.
Top 2 cards.
Do I see him?
It says look at the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. Remove 1 card among them from the game and put the other to the bottom of your opponent's deck. Put that to the bottom of your deck. You can cast the removed card as though you owned it without paying the cost to cast it this time. Nice!
It's category 4 character.
And I get to activate backups or something? Then we say go.
Let's see. You have Mind Flare, Remora.
Mind Flare more. Well, in the
In the break zone, yeah.
yeah.
A ditch 2 for Alexander. Break it.
Good choice there.
Dull.
Oh,
And enter.
Yep.
Swing. And swing.
Cecil.
Sure.
I gotta pay, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then choose 1.
1 4.
1 4. Alright. Already. It sucks not seeing no damn backups, that's for sure.
That burp tasted like pancakes.
Nice.
I ate a chorizo burger earlier.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say Gitiana
Sure.
and then North Challen.
Sure.
Then we're gonna enter combat and swing for him and pass turn.
Feels weird, but here we go. Tap 1, ditch 2 for Cecil.
Mm-hmm.
Cecil plays Empire Sid.
Mm-hmm. That was what's on the bottom of your deck.
Ah. Sid will search for category 6 forward.
Alright.
Because that should be the only one that we play. Yeah. I think we have to duel and freeze the Une.
Damn, you knew it.
Yeah. And then we'll enter.
Yep.
Swing with Sid Hayes.
Only one though.
Pass turn.
Okay, now we are on to something. This doesn't feel the greatest here. It's reduced. Search for. We go here to play Una. Then we pass turn.
We are going to tap one, ditch one, Surges. Removing Zach. Choose a forward and freeze it.
Okay.
And then we will enter into combat.
Yep.
Swing 7,000.
Sure.
Swing 8,000.
I just have a feeling we're gonna hit EX, so I'm just gonna do that.
Go for it. You got all of them in there. Pass turn.
Cast Titan. Choose one for your control. And one for your opponent controls. This one gains 2,000 and it deals damage to Cecil.
Okay.
And I'll pay the Cecil tax.
Sure.
You know what? I'm gonna leave this all up to luck. Go ahead. Okay.
Just gonna have to enter.
Upon entering, let me think about this. Damn. So I did blop to blop. That only takes care of one. Yeah. So remove that. Ditching that. Paid the cost. Ping here and here.
Okay.
Then
Swing Surges.
yeah, 6, baby.
Pass turn.
Why couldn't have been on the next? So just frozen.
Everything's good.
Oh hell yeah! Mind Flare. The cost required to cast your next card is reduced by 2. Dole here. Mind Flare. Are we doing that? No, we're not doing that. Fuck yeah, we're rolling the dice. Play Mind Flare again. Same one. The cost required to cast Locke is reduced by 2. When Locke enters the field, select up to 2 of the 4 following. Your opponent discards 1 card, choose up to 2 characters, dole them and freeze them.
It doesn't trigger actually.
Oh, it doesn't because Sid,
Yeah,
hey,
neither does
Sid.
that.
Oh shit! So I didn't get to. I'd have to pay 2 for that then.
Well,
Okay.
you paid. Oh, yeah, you'd have to pay I guess the 2 out of your hand. I completely forgot.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I'll stick with it. I'll just dole one of these.
Okay. Also, oh, never mind. I see.
Because it would have been 1 to pay this reduced. So I'll enter combat.
Sure.
Well, his still. Because he was technically cast.
You cast 3 cards.
So I get to dole and
2
freeze.
characters.
Here and here.
Sure.
And then I didn't play this one this turn, I don't think, did I?
You played it last turn.
Alright, I'll just attack with that. And pass turn. Left it up to Luck. Luck feels pretty good right now. I will say I've cast quite a bit of summons.
It all feels bad. We're gonna Chocobo the Surgeris. Draw a card. Ditch one. For Victoria.
She does them for something.
So since you have no cards in hand, she becomes +3. So she has 10k. And then when she enters the field, choose a forward. If your opponent has 2 or less in hand, deal it 7k. And then
Does she have haste?
nah.
It'd be cool if she gained haste.
Yeah, it would be.
Alright, draw 2.
Correct play may have been to go for another Surgeris to lock down Une.
Una. Yeah.
Because this doesn't matter, you can duel your backups to cast it.
I believe we add this to our hand. Dull 3. Cast, yep, return, and then add a water forge. Water forge to my hand. I believe we just enter combat for now. And swing Hiku. And pass turn.
Kintiana? Shiva? On
It's hard choice, ain't it?
the Locke?
Ooh.
Draw a card?
Don't freeze it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Build a form?
Ooh.
Swing red. That's it.
Good. I ain't got nothing. That's it. Damn.
Originally it was running 3 of those Emperors. Because I was running a bunch of stuff to help with discard too.
Yeah. I believe I'll go first.
Don't hate it.
Yeah, I'll keep it just to see. I believe say go with that.
More Stalin. And I believe we pass at that.
So
We'll just tap one. Get rid of that for Rosa. Pass turn.
Alright. Let's go.
So we're going to tap one, ditch one for Uke. For a wind card. And a nice Sid Haste.
Yep.
And then Sid Haste reduces this by 2.
Put you in a don't freeze.
Tyro and Rydia. Oh, sorry, just Tyro. Sorry, I'm retarded.
Alright. I was like, Rosa do something?
Rosa does activate.
Yep.
And then we will tap 2 for Locke. So he's reduced by 2, 4, 6. He will choose 2 characters, dull them and freeze them, make you discard a card. I don't know if we push our luck there or not. We just enter.
Yep.
And dull and freeze Braska. Swing Rosa.
Alright.
Pass turn.
Well. Daggone. That'd have been good had I had all my backups. Say go.
Chocobo?
Yep.
Sid? Shiva?
Yep.
Tyro. And reactivates. We'll enter.
Yep.
Rydia and Lena. Doesn't really matter. Or Lynn.
Alright.
Swing Locke.
Daggone it.
Yeah. Swing Rosa.
Does Sid gain haste?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. So we'll just...
You know, let's go be.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Pass turn.
When Rosa enters field, what's it do?
Nothing.
Okay. I want to get rid of my Garnet because that was going to be my way to all my summons to be able to cast him. I guess Rosa and Northstallen.
Okay. In response, Rosa cannot be chosen.
Okay. Then pass turn.
Tap one, ditch one. Medusa?
Yep.
No. Attack or block. Cost
Okay.
5 to remove.
Alrighty. It cannot attack or block.
Correct.
Does it lose its effect too?
No. If petrification is placed on this forward cannot attack or block.
Okay.
Enter into combat.
Yep.
Rosa.
Come on, the eggs burst.
Sid. Block.
Wow.
Main 2.
Yeah.
Ditch 2. Oh, no, I can't. Never mind. Yeah. We'll just pass.
Alright.
Let's see before.
Oh. I can pay 5.
Go for it.
I
You
don't
want to be able
to.
to attack?
I don't want to. But I do need to be able to block. Mind Flare. Ooh. I want to play that. And then put that at the bottom. That's your name. When you cast a summon, choose up to 140 opponent controls. Its power becomes 5,000 until the end of the turn. That doesn't end when it leaves, does it? Mind Flare? Then I'll choose Locke.
Okay.
Yeah, we said that we could play that, right?
Yeah.
Locke enters the field. I'll Dull Freeze Locke and Sid Haste. I'm going to break Locke. I already Dull and froze it. It's fine. We'll break it. Dull here. Mind Flare. Well, which one? Not that it matters. That becomes 5,000, but it doesn't matter. 6 to go. What's that do? Oh shit! I thought
Yeah,
it
it's
got
just 5,000. Pass turn. I can't really do anything.
Alright. Dull. Mind Flares. Mind Flare. Feels like I'm playing your deck. Let's see. Need to push our luck in enter combat? I don't think so. I believe we just pass for now. So we gotta be able to. I need to start poking here in a minute.
Unlock.
Dulls and freezes it.
Okay. Enter. 7K.
What does Cecil say?
When one or more characters are chosen, your opponent summons your abilities. If your opponent doesn't, pay 2, cancel it.
I don't think I can do it. And this hasn't been out here the whole time. Or no.
You cast it during
I
the turn.
cast it during my turns. Yeah, block.
7K.
Block.
7K.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
I just brute force it.
Yeah, I can't do it. That's it. Damn. I know, if you weren't able to lock me down for the first few turns, that'd have been good. Because that next turn, I was going to play all the rest of my backups off the backups I played. Yeah, not bad.
Mind Flare's stupid.
It is pretty dumb. Like I generate so much CP off of my player.
I guess like my general idea with this deck, obviously Icewind is pretty established, so I knew I had to switch it up just a hair because Oscar would kind of know a little bit about what I'm running.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I kind of kept the core to very generic things, but I tried to switch it up enough to where he wouldn't be able to predict everything, so to speak. Like, the Emperor obviously is something that is not normally played. Botanist is not something that's normally played, which I'm glad I got that off. That was in there literally just to be able to free cast Une, and it got
worked.
set up. Yeah, it's set up perfect. So I'm glad that worked out. The Gentiana and stuff it's heavily fallen out of favor. But like obviously the Rosa, the Locke, the Sid Hayes, all that stuff is pretty generic when it comes to Icewind. I did have an Arcanist in here only because I didn't know
What all
exactly.
levels?
Yeah, like exactly what kind of level or CP you were going to be running. So that's in there. Obviously, I ran a lot of summons only because Icewind being kind of more cast heavy makes sense. I ran all of the free summons just to kind of help keep the cast down. But our basic idea here was I knew that he was on the Meia, so because I knew he was on Meia, I wanted to run the Emperor. I thought that was my kind of like my cheesy way of stopping the deck. Obviously, I didn't really want to run multiple Emperors, but I probably could have ran a few more Emperors and then ran something like Unalesca in the back or something like that. But I don't know. That didn't really feel... it just didn't really feel like something I wanted to play. So either way. But it's pretty generic in terms of like what you would expect to see in Icewind. I guess maybe Medusa obviously is a little different. And in that last game, I'm super happy with how that worked. It did let me kind of squeeze in those 3 points of damage, and luckily my other plan, if I didn't get Medusa, I was just going to cast the Surgerus, which the Limit Break deck actually put in a lot of work.
I wasn't even looking at mine. I should have looked more into it.
This is definitely something that I think we're going to have to get used to, but like Limit Breaks are...
There.
Definitely game changing. I mean, Ice now has an on-demand dull or freeze, which I think is big. If I had a third copy of, or third foil rather, of each of these, I definitely would have been running it. But, so anyways, Medusa's not very normal, but it definitely put in work. Gentiana's not very normal, but I figured because he was running a dull effect, I would try to, keep things dull, which it's more so that, like, I can dull them with Gentiana. It's not necessarily that he was going to be dulling them, which, I mean, if my editing skills are there, if my memory's there, really, I'll remember to cut the part where we're sitting there looking this up. But, just that interaction between Meia and Gentiana, that was my thought process. But obviously it didn't work the way that I thought it did. Locke being the main show here is kind of difficult. I mean, I feel like in my opinion, the best way to play Icewind is to play as little of ice as possible. Like, truthfully, I feel like you play like 3 Locke, 3 Sid Hayes, 3 Class 9th maybe, and then I don't think you really need much more than that. Everything else can be mono wind. I like that setup with how I play Icewind. So Moving on to other unconventional things. Vayne isn't very conventional. It did prompt him to have some sort of removal for it, which was nice. That's what I wanted. Cecil's obviously good in this. Sid Rendell just made sense to play. Oddly enough, he wasn't playing a ton of auto abilities from entering, but I mean, it still makes you kind of think about what you're doing, I guess. Lulu's pretty standard. Rosa's pretty standard. Sarah Mobius isn't super standard.
It stopped the abilities that I stole from you.
Yeah, which is the best thing that truthfully came out of it.
Yeah.
Sarah Mobius isn't very normal, but she also, she's kind of bad. Like, I like her. I love her effect, but she has no entering ability. And, like, as you saw, she had to sit there for a turn. She doesn't help you.
That would have helped me.
Yeah, so if you could give her haste somehow, maybe in, like, Fire Ice or something like that, like, this would be really good. But it was just a one-of in the deck. So that's just why that's there. We already talked about Emperor. And then, like, the backup line was literally Une, so that I could basically abuse. Locke was the whole idea here. But there's a couple of things that I like to abuse. Locke was good to abuse. Medusa would have been great to abuse because I could just keep pinging different.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that was kind of a neat way that I was thinking.
That would have been awesome.
Sid Hayes, obviously, to be able to keep reducing things down, which is really cool. I like that idea, kind of just rack up the cast count. Botanist was in here to be able to, I think you saw in like game 1 or so, remove the Nourish to play the Une for free, which is really cool. Une obviously not having an auto ability doesn't, I mean, Botanist is going to stop it. If it does have an auto ability, Une doesn't, so I like that. Norsh's only target here is Uke, just because it'll help literally find a wind card. I think both times I played Uke, it was literally the next card.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then like summon package, we literally went with 3 of the free Shiva, 3 of the free Alexander. Oscar is very known for playing the monsters, so I thought that would be a decent inclusion. For it to cost 5 or more, had no way of knowing that that would be like good. Obviously, it worked out for Une, but I mean, obviously, if the star of his deck was Meia, then this kind of wasn't on track with doing anything. But being that it was a free cast and I was able to break not only Une, but I think I broke my own Locke.
Yes.
And technically, I can choose my own forward. So worst case scenario, I could break my own forward if I needed to, just to help get an extra cast. But like especially if I drew into multiple locks, I could break my own lock to then cast it.
So how would that work? Well, go ahead and finish.
Then we run 2 Chocobo, which is pretty standard, just to be able to bounce something and draw a card. It's pretty standard at this point. 3 of the new Shiva, so of course this deck doesn't have any recursion whatsoever, and it doesn't rely on the break zone too much, so that was kind of a cheap 1-drop Dolan freeze something. The fact that it chooses a character is absurd.
Yes.
Being able to just Dolan freeze backups, as you saw, I basically had
it hurt me.
4 backups doled in game 3.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if I had casted it and already returned it to hand, but I had a Vayne in hand and Shiva. I could have basically doled. Yeah, I could have doled 5 if he had 5 on the field at the time. And then just 1 copy of Opus 17 Chocobo, just to help dig. I would say it's probably, I can't remember, but I think it's a 50-50 split on wind and ice, so it's pretty nice to be able to cast Chocobo and get the opposite color if that's what you're needing, especially to cast Locke or whatever you're in need of. That's good. So yeah, I think Icewind is always fun to play, but this was definitely
something different.
Yeah.
It's not like the mainstream Storm deck.
I do think I probably would take out both of these and probably make both of those Unalesca, run 3 of the Emperor, specifically for that, of course. Because I mean, the thought process was Cecil can play the Emperor. I just wanted to stop you. Like, that's all I wanted to do. I felt like I got kind of run over game 1, but
yeah, I had my momentum going.
Yeah. But anyways, that's Icewind, I guess.
My legend was Meia. I actually played this in Ultros to free cast a lot of the summons.
I thought you were just gonna go with a lot of Ultra stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I mean, we've already seen it on the channel if anybody's watched that far back. So I just decided to do something different. And I was brainstorming, looking through cards, and then I come across summoners. And then the Opus. We'll see. What is it? Opus 19. Iku, the dual 3 active job summoners. Cast 1 summon will cost 7 or less from your hand without paying its cost. So with Meia, it doesn't really feel good to reduce something by 3 to play something cheap. So the whole idea behind this deck was to cast high cost summons. So with Iku and Meia, I would be able to play a lot of high cost summons at a free or low cost ceiling there. So obviously we're running a summon deck, so I'll show you my summons. I ran 2 Kusiths, 3 Mind Flayers. I love Mind Flare, it's just so dumb, especially when you hit good. We run 3 Leviathan, the 6 EX burst. Then we run 2 Remora, 2 of the other 6-drop Leviathan that's reduced during your turn. And then you can play a forward of cost 2 or less from your hand and return 1 forward on your opponent's side to the bottom of its owner's deck. So I was having a lot of problems color fixing this, so I was like, well, I'll just have to play some Earth summons as well, because most of the better high cost summons are water. So I chose Titan, which I took it in EX one time, and I didn't have a forward, so it kind of sucked.
Yeah, it was a little underwhelming.
Yeah, a little underwhelming, but I actually played it once, I think, for free off of Eco. And then Phoenix, the 7-drop Phoenix. Choose 1 forward of cost 3 or less in your break zone, and up to 1 forward your opponent controls. Play the former onto the field, and dull and deal the latter 8,000 damage. I'll show you an idea I had behind that in a second. In my play testing hands. So with summoners, I've never really ran summoners before, so I was just gonna run all summoner backups and just hope to get them out there. And the only one that would let me to search would be Radia. So I was just hoping that would open up Radia. So I run 3 Lin. I don't know. Draw 1 card. You can only use this ability if you have cast a summon this turn, and only once per turn. So it's dull or pay 1, and then draw 1 card. You're going to cast a lot of summons with this deck, of course. We're going to run 3 Radia. When Radia enters the field, you search up for up to 1 job summoner and up to 1 summon that don't share the elements and add them to your hand. I would always search for another backup to play. So we're going to play 3 Yuna. It's going to reduce all your water summons, which I had quite a bit, by 1. And then also your Meia will reduce them by 3. And you can pay for them with any element at that point. So then we're going to run 3 Braska, the water Braska. This one will reduce all your job summoners by 1 when you're playing them. Pretty good. The last backup I ran was Tyro, just to be able to search stuff. Now we're to the forwards. The forwards, I run 3 Iku, dual 3 active job summoners, cast 1 summon, cost 7 or less from your hand without paying the cost. We run 2 Garnet. I didn't have another one, so I just stuck with the 2 for whatever reason. I don't know why I don't have another one. Unaleska, it's also a job summoner. The cost required to cast your summons is reduced by 1 for each job summoner forward you control. All the forward summoners I have, it would be 3. But potentially you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 summoners that you can have on the board and be able to dull 3. And I think at one point in time I had 6 summoners on the board. I don't think I dulled both of them 3 times to cast 2 summons, but I could have at that time. I don't think I had the summons in my hands. I ran 2 Porum. I think I should have upped the Porums because it's just a good block and grab back a summon, or attack. If they want you to grab a summon from the break zone, they'll block it. If not, they'll just take the point of damage. 2 Orin, just for protection, to protect the AQ and protect the Meia. And plus, also, it gets an effect off of the job summoners when he's put from the field on the break zone. Draw a card. Never used it, but it would have worked.
Honestly, I think Orin is what messed me up so much game 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Just not having. Yeah, because you did. I mean, yeah.
Because if I have to choose a character, it has to be Orin.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't even think about that. And I think I ditched Orin earlier on. Or maybe I did, didn't I? So that come back to bite me. 3 Une. So if you're going to run a summon deck, you're definitely going to run Une, especially if it's Earth Water. Dull it. Choose one summon your base on. Add it to your hand. You can only use this ability once per turn, but also when it enters the field, you can remove 2 of up to Earth or Water to reduce its cost by 2. And then when it enters the field, you can return 1 forward and 1 back up to your opponent's hand. So along with Une, I was running Sanctuary Keeper. Never played it. I should have to be able to abuse Une in my turn and in their turn. And then my last monster with a Echidna, I think I ditched early on, or I never saw it. Just another way. I put this in here because I didn't have the other Garnet. It was just another way to get back a summon to my hand, and then just to be able to discard to attack or block and draw a card. So my master idea was to play Phoenix and Porum. And then as long as I had 3 summoners on the board, including Eco, I was going to play Porum, attack with Porum, get back my Phoenix, dull the 3, free cast the Phoenix to play the Porum and deal something AK. And then the next time I could attack again. If you blocked, you blocked. I would just grab back my Phoenix, dull the 3 again, play the Phoenix.
Yeah.
That was my idea to do with that. I didn't really get to pull it off. I think the game 1 I was already ahead at that point, so I don't think I ever did it. And you didn't have a forward on the board when I had Phoenix.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the idea with Phoenix and Porum. That's why I just threw that in there, because I knew if I had this set up, I could free cast this to play the Porum to just rotate back and forth, getting it back.
Yeah.
Which I think was a pretty good idea, but didn't ever happen. So that was my deck based around Meia. I just want to do something different, and obviously Earth Water is my forte, Earth or Water, and together I really like them. I guess that's it. Let me know how you would play this if you would just play a mono water, because it would do really good in mono water. It could play in a lot of stuff. Let me know how you would play it. If you like this version of it. After playing this, I really want to look into building a summoner deck. More focused on summoners and cut some of the other stuff to be able to play the summons and stuff.
I mean, honestly, like in today's world, Mind Flayer is not horrible.
No, not at all.
And if you think about being able to loop it multiple times a turn, like once you do get the setup.
Yeah, paying only 3 if you have a unit back there, or just paying 4 is still not bad.
No.
The
You're
Mind
basically
Flayer.
playing 4 CP, and if you hit anything 4 or more, it automatically becomes more economic for you. So
Yeah.
that's not bad.
Even if you don't hit anything you like, you can remove the biggest card that they have. Like if you hit something good and you don't want to play it, and you can still just remove it, especially if it's a key item to a deck.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, thinking about like 4-color wall or something like that, removing like that one like copy of Princess Sarah or something. You know,
Yeah.
that's a big deal. So yeah. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this type of video, please let us know. This is our second time doing this, and I still enjoy it. I think it's a brain stretcher, and that's my favorite part.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have the feedback to see if you guys like it or if you enjoy it. If not, this might be something we do on our off time if you guys don't like it, because I really enjoy playing this. It's fun.
Yeah.
Just build a deck and see how it does.
It makes me take new cards like Medusa and pair them with old cards like Locke.
Yeah.
I like that.
And this is also like it's not, I guess there's not technically a meta, but there is a meta. It's not tier, I guess. So it's fun to play something that's not tier or relevant right now. It's fun to just play 2 rogue decks basically against each other and have fun.
But yeah, let us know down in the comments below. See you in the next one.
See you guys.